Moving into a nursing home. It's a difficult conversation that many of us put off. Hi, Mum.
Zoe, I am not playing the sad old lady in your nursing home story.
OK, I'll just find an actress. A nursing home or residential aged care facility is a place where you receive daily assistance with personal care. A nursing home is different to a retirement village where people tend to live independently. Wait, aren't we also doing a story on them?
That's right, Zoe. Retirement villages also seem to be a complicated, nightmarish hell that we'll deal with another time.
He's probably fine. If the time for a nursing home comes, complicated decisions often need to be made fast. That's not easy, especially for the senior who needs care. Typically, that's a woman in her 80s experiencing memory loss or dementia.
I hope you're not suggesting I am one such nursing home candidate.
No, I'm suggesting that you're such a fine actress that you could compel us to believe that was the case, even though clearly, it's not.
Well, I am very good.
That's the original Pippa from Home and Away. The government subsidises nursing homes per patient. The more care a patient needs, the more funding a home gets, up to $214 a day. But there are a few issues. Even though the funding is allocated based on an individual's care needs, a nursing home can use that funding for any purpose, even executive salaries. In fact, only 2/3 of this funding is spent on actual care. And nursing homes are renowned for their horror stories. Oh, God.
Told you I was good.
That's too good. I can't deal with the actual grim reality of nursing homes. We're going to need to sugarcoat this. A lot.
Whoa. You really can't deal with reality, can you?
Nope. If you're considering moving into a nursing home, it can be really valuable to get help from an advocate. Choose someone you trust who listens to your priorities to help you through the process.
Welcome!
The biggest upfront cost is something called
The refundable accommodation deposit.
This can vary, but the average is $350,000.
But all I have is this here penny.
Not everyone can afford to pay $350,000 up front, and a nursing home must provide the option of paying this in daily increments instead of a lump sum. Nursing home subsidies are means tested, and even though your home is excluded from the test, the fees can be so high that many seniors end up having to sell their home anyway.
So do I just have to pay the deposit?
Not by Wellington's whiskers. There's also a daily fee and a care fee.
On top of that, the Department of Health warns of providers increasingly charging more fees for things like
additional care, capital refurbishment, asset replacement contributions, and all sorts of other random and confusing fees.
Then there's optional extras you can pay for.
Would you like to buy a balloon as well?
Signing up for these extras may go a ways to alleviating relatives' guilt, but might obscure the real level of care being offered in a nursing home. Oh God, why are we here again? I am not continuing until somebody organises me a new whimsical conceit.
Hello.
Right, well, this is sufficiently stupid.
Ooh.
So, how do you pick a good nursing home?
Ooh, a red carpet. Perfect for rolling.
Don't be sucked in by fancy features when you're shown around. A chandelier or grand piano doesn't indicate the quality of care.
Hey, where are all the staff?
Staffing is the biggest expense in a nursing home, and it's very vulnerable to cost cutting. The federal guideline on staffing just says it has to be adequate, whatever that means, and 63% of facilities with direct care staff report skill shortages, so it's really worth asking a lot of questions. Ask about the patient to staff ratio, how many registered nurses are on site at all times, and if nurses administer medicine. Ask whether doctors are available at nights, and try to visit on the weekend. That's when staffing levels are likely to be at their lowest and you can really see what you're in for, right? Oh, great. There's literally no one here.
I'm hungry.
Oh no, I am not looking at the reality of nursing home food. La 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 la.
Welcome back to My Kitchen Sucks. Tonight, you have $6 to make enough food to feed someone for a whole day.
That's impossible.
Nope. The average nursing home spent per resident on food in 2016 was $6 a day.
Bellissima.
How do they feed people properly?
Well, according to one study, half of all residents in nursing homes are malnourished.
So when you're checking out a nursing home, ask to visit during mealtime so you can see if what they say about the food fits with what's actually served up. Asking the right questions, and lots of them, is really important when you're moving into a nursing home. And make sure you or your advocate keep a record of the answers you're given. These answers count as representations under the consumer law, so you are protected if what they tell you isn't what you get.
Ugh.
The most important thing you can do is try to plan ahead before things get too hard.
Talk over all the options with your family, whether it's food, privacy, or fees. Make sure everyone knows what's important to you.
Before you move in, the home will give you a residential agreement. Get a lawyer or financial advisor to help you look over it and make sure you understand it fully before you sign.
If you can't afford it, there is financial hardship assistance, so ask if you're eligible.
Preparing to move involves organising lots of things like finances, healthcare, legal documents and utilities, but you can appoint a nominee to help you at humanservices.gov.au. You also have a whole bunch of rights under the Aged Care Act. They're outlined in a Charter of Care, which you can find at agedcare.health.gov.au, and which should be displayed prominently somewhere in every nursing home. And they include
Full and effective use of your personal, civil, legal and consumer rights.
as well as lots of other things like personal privacy, being treated with dignity and respect.
And maintaining personal independence and control over your life and finances.
And if any of these things are not happening, you can make a confidential complaint to the Aged Care Commissioner at agedcarecomplaints.gov.au or call them on 1800 550 552.
Can we just leave?
Yes. Yes, we can. If hearing all this makes moving into a nursing home sound in no way great, well, you may not have to. Grandma, are you home?
Hello?
My grandma, what a big support system you have.
All the better to stay independent in my own home with. There are 2 Commonwealth programs. Home support subsidizes entry-level services like personal care. If your needs are more complex, there are 4 levels of home care package.
To find out more, go to myagedcare.gov.au.
This website isn't easy to use for a wolf. I mean, Grandma.
You're right, Grandma. Websites that seniors find hard to access are a serious barrier, which is why the recommended way to get in touch with My Aged Care is to call them on 1800 200 422. And you might want to get help from an advocate like me. Or you can contact the Older Persons Advocacy Network to find free advocacy services near you. Shit, Grandma, are you a wolf?
No,
Oh, you scared me for a minute.
I'm not a wolf. I'm Vanessa Downing.
Who?
Vanessa Downing?
It's the original Pippa from Home and Away.
Oh, do you know Elf?
That's the worst thing I've ever seen when I was at Kokoda.